So this is MMPC 003 Business Environment Important Questions. So question 1 is describe the nature and scope of business environment and how does external environment influence the performance of an organization. Discuss with suitable examples. So business environment basically होता क्या है? Business environment consists of all those components that can affect a business. It can be internal factors and it can be external factors. Internal factors like employees and resources, and external factors like consumers and markets. So each of them contributes to company's working environment and can influence how the business functions. Let's check out the nature of business environment. It's very dynamic, uncertain, complex, relativity, interrelation. Then scope, so it affects internal and external environment. It's micro and macro environment, then controllable and uncontrollable environment, and specific and general environment. Everything is given in detail in books, so I'll not go in depth right now. I want you to remember the pointers, because once you understand the concept, you'll be able to write it down in your own language. Question 2 is that what do you understand by the term business ethics? Discuss the importance of ethics for business, citing examples. You know, business ethics, rules and regulations which are very important in an organization so the employees behave properly. Okay, you can elaborate this thing in your own language along with the examples. Ethical principles में ये कुछ points आप mention कर सकते हैं, like it should be honest, like honesty should be there should be fairness, leadership, integrity, compassion, respect, responsibility, loyalty, law abiding, transparency, environment concerns. Now the next question is then what are the major functions of RBI? So major, there are 5 functions of RBI. That is issue of notes. Everyone knows that our currency is issued by RBI. Then banker to the government, like RBI act as an advisor to the government in terms of monetary or physical policy. It helps the government in making some major decision in terms of monetary. Okay, then controller of credit, then आपका custodian of foreign reserve. कंट्रोलर ऑफ क्रेडिट में क्या होता है कि जो आपके कमर्शियल बैंक्स है वो कुछ क्रेडिट में कुछ रिज़र्व करके रखता है आरबीआई कि इन केस ऑफ एनी इशू, लाइक अगर कोई इन्फ्लेशन है हो गया है कल को, तो दिस कैन बी हेल्पफुल. कस्टोडियन ऑफ फॉरेन रिजर्व में क्या है कि फॉरेन रिजर्व्स को भी रिजर्व फॉरेन शेयर्स को रिजर्व करके रखता है, मार्केट में सेल करता है if there is need. Now describe the key players in agriculture sector. So there are 5 key players, that is farmer who are responsible for the production of crops. Then आपका input suppliers who are responsible for supplying the necessary materials like seeds, fertilizers and etc. related to crops which are required by a farmer for the production. Agro processors में क्या है? So they are responsible for the distribution and sales. Then distributors and wholesalers में क्या, that they purchase the material like agricultural products via agro processors from the farmers and then they sell out to retailers or shop owners and etc. Okay, then retailers क्या करते हैं, वो अपने शॉप्स के थ्रू, डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर हो गया या फिर नॉर्मल ग्रोसरी शॉप हो गया, कंज्यूमर्स को सेल करते हैं इन शॉप्स के थ्रू. ओके, and if we consider the second part of this question, then it is discuss the role and importance of agriculture marketing, which is price stability, market information, market access, product development, job creation. So now the next question is then discuss the major recommendations of Narashima Committee on banking sector reforms. So basically there was 2 committee. One was Narashima Committee 1991. उसके recommendations क्या थे? Capital adequacy, banking sector reform, non-performing assets, entry of new banks, priority sector lending and banking autonomy. Then Narashima Committee 2 1998 में फॉर्म हुई थी. उसके रिकमेंडेशंस थे recapitalization of banks, then merger of weak banks, then asset reconstruction companies, introduction of new banking products, then adoption of company, then governance and transparency. I have only mentioned key pointers. डिटेल में आप गूगल में जा सकते हैं, everything is mentioned in details. The next important question is discuss the rationale behind economic reforms introduced in 1991. So, economic reforms were introduced in the year 1991 for faster and better economic growth, and it was initiated by the Narasimha Rao government for the sake of building people's trust in the Indian economy. अब इसके जो रीजंस थे कि वाई इट वॉज इम्प्लीमेंटेड, बिकॉज देयर वॉज इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर्स पुअर परफॉर्मेंस बिकॉज ऑफ द पुअर परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज, then there was adverse balance of payments, there was rise in physical deficit, galloping inflation, and the first Gulf War, which is related to the oil. Next question is that what are the principal means of trade financing? Explain in detail. So trade finance is the term used to describe the tools, techniques, and instruments that facilitate trade and protect the buyers and sellers from trade related risk. So this purpose makes it easier for businesses to transact with each other. It helps reduce the risk involved in global trade for both buyers and sellers. Now how does trade finance work? So जब भी एक ट्रेड ट्रांजैक्शन होती है, बायर एंड सेलर इंकर करते हैं रिस्क, लेकिन दोनों के रिस्क टाइप जो है वो डिफ़र करते हैं. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल कि ए जो है वो सेलर है, बी जो है वो बायर है. बी कुछ ख़रीदने के लिए ए के पास आता है, लेकिन बी कहता है कि मैं प्रोडक्ट्स डिलीवर होने के बाद पेमेंट करूँगा. वैसा क्यों कहता है? बिकॉज ही हैज़ काइंड ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी. व्हाट इफ द प्रोडक्ट्स आर नॉट डिलीवर्ड एंड ही हैज़ मेड द पेमेंट? ठीक है, उसकी ये इनसिक्योरिटी है, वो उसके लिए ये रिस्क हो जाएगा कि वो पेमेंट देगा, तो ही चूजेस नॉट टू पे बिफोर. वहीं अगर ए की बात हम करें तो ए के लिए ये रिस्क हो गया कि ये अभी पैसा नहीं दे रहा, यानी कि अगर मैं प्रोडक्ट दूंगा और उसके बाद अगर उसने पेमेंट टाइम पर नहीं दिया तो सेलर के लिए ये रिस्क क्रिएट हो गया. सो दे आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ रिस्क for both the buyer and seller. So in risk को mitigate करने के लिए, that is to face these risk or to balance the risk, एक है ओपन अकाउंट, एक है पेमेंट इन एडवांस, एक है लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट. इन तीनों में भी रिस्क टाइप अगेन डिफर करेंगे बायर एंड सेलर का. Now few short notes can be asked, like what is balance of payment and balance of trade. So balance of trade is difference that is obtained from the export and import of goods. So all transactions related to goods are included in BOT, and BOP क्या होता है? Inflow and outflow foreign exchange. So all the transactions related transfers, goods and services are included in BOP. Biotechnology is the use of biology to solve problems and make products. Next short note can come on functions of IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. So these are the functions: stability in foreign exchange rate, currency reserve, advisory and technical assistance, support for low income countries, then establishment of monetary reserve fund, then setting up of a multilateral trade and payment system, then check on the competitive currency devaluation. So now next is American depository receipts. So ADRs are negotiable security instruments that are issued by a US bank that represents a specific number of shares in foreign country that is traded in US financial markets. ADRs also pay dividend in US dollars and trade like regular shares of stock. So next question is discuss the interaction matrix of economic and non-economic environment, and how does the economic environment influence the non-economic environment of business and vice versa. Explain with suitable examples. So let us understand the economic factors, that which are capital, infrastructure, raw material, labor and markets. So इन factors, इन economic factors के बिना ना तो business grow कर सकता है और ना ही profit earn कर सकता है. वहीं non factors जो है that are largely influenced by the society and country where the entrepreneur resides. Okay. Next question is that do you agree with the statement that the overall performance of public sector enterprise has been poor? Why and why not? Give reasons. So like in the public sector undertakings, labor management relations are very bad and the morals of the workers is very low. There is no work culture in the public sector. There is no incentive for better performance and no punishment for inefficiency and no performance appraisal. So these are the causes like lack of clearly defined objectives, poor personnel planning, poor project planning, no proper market survey, managerial efficiencies, location of plant in backward areas, then oversized plans, then overregulation and potential intervention. I'll give you one more point on this, that गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स में ना सिक्योरिटी रहती है जॉब्स की, जिसकी वजह से पीपल आर लाइक दे फील नो कंपटीशन बिकॉज देयर जॉब इज़ वेरी सिक्योर. नो वन कैन निकाल नहीं सकता until and unless they do something very mischievous which is against the law. तो लोग इसलिए उनका मेंटालिटी ऐसा हो गया कि जॉब बहुत सिक्योर है तो क्या ही फ़र्क पड़ता है ज़्यादा कंपटीशन में घुसने से या XYZ रीजन से. ओके, सो दिस वाज ऑल फॉर द MMPC 003. अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा है सो प्लीज़ डू लाइक, शेयर एंड ऑल्सो सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल. So thank you for watching it and wish you very best of luck for your upcoming exams. I'll upload the remaining subjects very soon. Thank you. Bye.